Hello there, how are you? Crypto news today live. Welcome to the Crypto Profits live stream. A bit tongue-tied, I don't know why. Bizarre. Where we cover the most important news of the day, things that you really need to know about crypto to make you money. Now, some people want to geek out about the technology. That's all well and good. I'm just here to make you some money with the news you really need to know. Today is Friday, the end of the day, end of the week. It is the end of the day for me. It's 11:56 at night. But here, it's Friday, still December 4, 2020. Now, yes, this is really live. I would normally edit this out, but I'm not going to because it's live. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, DLive, Theta. You can also see us on minds.com as well. We're live everywhere. It's out of control. If you got a question, because it's live, you can leave a comment. No matter what platform you're on, if you're on YouTube, leave it there. DLive, leave it there. I'll see it on my screen. I might be able to answer your question. We might pop your name up on the screen and have a chat. I'll do my best to answer it. In these daily live streams that I've been doing, I want to cut through the noise, the BS, the hype, the stuff that you see on YouTube, which is just people pumping and dumping coins and getting paid for affiliate stuff. I just want to bring you the real essence, the distilled stuff that you really need to know, and some things that I guess you can use, some strategies, if you're in investing, if you're a corporate, things that you can, practical things that you can use. So that's enough talking. Let's get straight into it with our first piece of news of the day. S&P Dow Jones Indices is building an index of crypto assets, which is really, really cool. Now, you know, this says to me that there's a bit of maturity here in the industry. We're seeing large institutional information brokers and other things come into the market. So not that we, desperately need more data. You can already go to sites like CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko and many, many others. I'm probably missing out on a few, probably 10 of them. And you can have a look by, market capitalization and stuff like that. But what we're seeing is these indexes actually acknowledge for a moment, hang on a minute, this Bitcoin thing, it's real. It's not going away. We're going to have to track it. So it's good to see that they're putting some rigor and some probably a bit of governance around that process as well. So I welcome it. I think this is great. Anything that we can see to help mainstream adoption is a really, really good thing. So let's get into the next one. This is really interesting. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Now I'm going to leave it here. This is a tweet that I saw, and I was like, wow, this is going to shock some people. Let me just walk you through it for a sec, because I was blown away. I don't know about how you guys feel. Let me know. Grayscale Bitcoin Trust bought twice the total mined during November 2020. That's massive. That's, now for those that don't know, Grayscale is a US investment vehicle. Again, do your own research. I'm not giving you investment advice, but take a look at this. It's just massive, right? Now, if the average price of Bitcoin right now is $19,000 and they've bought 55,000 plus Bitcoin, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of Bitcoin. So this just shows to me how serious the institutional investors are taking Bitcoin. We're not playing around anymore, guys. This is very, very serious when you've got institutional banks and places investing, large funds investing in this. I'll get to the banks in a sec. I nearly divulged something that I shouldn't have said. Another really interesting story for me, and I'm going to experiment here. I haven't actually played some other video live that I haven't scheduled up here, but have a listen to this. You know what? I'm going to switch over. And we'll do this live on here. Now, hedge fund manager Paul Tudor Jones, he was speaking exclusively to Yahoo Finance, and have a listen to what he said. I'm just going to mute my mic for a sec, and I'm going to play just a little snippet of this video. I think it's rather than me quote it, I want you to hear it from this guy.
Not a flag bearer for Bitcoin by any means, but you did have a fascinating thesis. Would love to kind of get an update on that, especially at current levels, and how you're thinking about the cryptocurrency in the context of your portfolio.
Again, I'm not an expert on Bitcoin by any stretch. It's just with a market cap of 500 billion, it's the wrong market cap in a world where you've got $90 trillion worth of equity market cap, and God knows how many trillions of fiat currency, et cetera. So it's the wrong market cap, for instance, relative to gold, which is 8 or 9 trillion.
Now, let's get this straight. I hope you heard all of that. But if you didn't, this guy knows what he's talking about. He's saying when you've got a 90 trillion worth of equity and God knows how many trillions of in fiat currency, Bitcoin is the wrong market cap relative to gold, which is 8 or 9 trillion. In other words, Bitcoin's going to go up, and it's going to go up big time. This is a hedge fund manager, not me. I'm not giving you financial advice. I was just blown away by that, and I agree with him. I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. If you're watching this on the replay, let me know. Let me know your thoughts. Do you agree? Is Bitcoin undervalued? I think it is. I think Ethereum right now is undervalued at what, $593. But it is what it is. Now, speaking of media, this is why I do what I do. I saw this today and I was like, oh my goodness, how can anyone get away with this stuff? But I'm going to play it for you. CNN. So the problem with the mainstream media that I have, CNN is saying, forget Bitcoin. Don't worry about Bitcoin anymore. And the problem is, if people read this, they may take it literally. So, and it's just nonsense. Here it is. The dramatic rise in Bitcoin may seem overly speculative, yet Bitcoin has lagged behind the surges from other cryptocurrencies. While Bitcoin has soared 15% in the past week to its all-time high of just under 20K, Ethereum is up 20% in the past 7 days. Oh, it's up 20%, is it? Oh, that's lovely, CNN. My goodness me. So here we're comparing. I don't even think this guy knows the price of Ethereum or Bitcoin. Whoever wrote that, it's absolute rubbish. And Bitcoin, 20 grand. A market cap right now of what, 353. Oh my God, the market cap's out of control. So, 24-hour volume is 24,377,207,995. That's the 24-hour volume, compared to ETH, which is just a little bit above half that. But again, the market caps are nowhere near it. I mean, what? Ethereum is nearly 6 times, sorry, Bitcoin's nearly 6 times bigger than Ethereum. When Ethereum was at, what, $200, $300, Bitcoin was north of $15,000. So you can't sort of, I mean, yes, you can compare percentages and all that sort of stuff, but to go, look, just forget Bitcoin. This guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Absolute rubbish. Anyway, I digress. This is something I want to cover because it's really important. This next, let's put the whole CNN issue behind us. Ethereum 2. I've talked about that for the past few days. Where is Ethereum 2 right now? Well, in case you don't know, there are some, and this is pretty cool. There are some block explorer apps or websites out for Ethereum 2 right now. One of them is Beacon Chain, but it actually shows you some really interesting stats on where Ethereum is right now. And I like evidence. I want to see, I'm very fact-based, very evidence, like show me the money, right? Show me people investing in this now. Show me the numbers, like real numbers, not some guy somewhere on YouTube says something, right? Including me. Let's have a look at the numbers. So in terms of active validators, we've got 23,612 right now. Actually, I could refresh this, and let's refresh it in real time and we'll see. Do we have any more coming on? Nope, still the same. Okay, 23,612, a whole bunch, like 7,000 waiting and pending, 755,000 staked Ether. That's a massive amount of Ethereum. And the average balance of an account is 32 ETH, which you need. So on some basic maths, Ethereum is at $593. You need 32 ETH. So that's $18,976 that you need to start a validator today. So if you wanted to start a validator node and stake your Ethereum, you need 18 grand. Let's just call it 19 grand. That's what you need. The amount of Ethereum staked, 447 million. That's what it works out to. I did the numbers on the calculator twice. 447 million. That's what people have staked so far. They've locked it away. You can't take it back. Not now. There's no way to take it back right now. There will be in the future. But they've locked up that Ethereum, 32 ETH each. They've locked it away just to run a node. And I'll get into this later in some other videos. But if you don't obey the rules, or if you've got a system that's a bit sluggish that goes offline, an unreliable internet connection, you can get slashed. You can get some of that ETH taken away. So there are risks of starting up a validator node, and we'll get into some of those later. But really interesting metric on what exactly, where exactly Ethereum is right now, and this is the sort of stuff that we need to see, right? I want to see that the market believes in it, and in some ways, this is kind of like getting in on the ground level all over again, because when this is all said and done, ETH 1 may go away, but ETH 2 may take over. And right now, from where I'm looking at the market, the only way is up. So, I'm a big believer in Ethereum right now, as well as Bitcoin. Bigger on Bitcoin, more bullish on Bitcoin if I was to use some slang. Speaking of bullish on Bitcoin, and I alluded to this at the start of the live stream, banking, and big news. Let's check this out. Actually, how's your German? How's your German going? A 200-year-old German bank has launched a Bitcoin investment fund. Now, I'm not even going to pronounce their name. Let's call it Hauck Aufhäuser Innovative Capital and a Berlin-based fintech. They're jointly launching an asset fund, and the minimum investment is €200,000. This is a little bit on it. You can go to Fund View, have a look. They talk about all this, but it's in German. Yes, you can run Google Translate over it and have a read of it. Now, why is this a big thing? A 200-year-old bank. your minimum is 200,000 euro. That's a lot of cash to get in. But that's what they're doing right now. So all banks should be looking at this right now. All banks should be looking at crypto. And if they're not, their CEOs and boards need to ask why. Why don't they have exposure to this? Why isn't this part of the mix? Because it should be. And if a 200-year-old bank in Germany can do it, well, so can some banks in Australia and in the US. So hopefully we'll see some more. Now, speaking of more banks, there's another bank. A Swiss national bank has completed a project to demonstrate the feasibility and what they call legal robustness of setting up tokenized assets. So they've partnered with a few other entities to do this. I'll just bring it to you right now. You can read it on their website. They've got a whole presentation and stuff. If you're into that, you can go and have a look at it. But it talks about, I guess you could say, an experiment that they ran between a settlement center, and it talks about their near live setup. And of course, but it says, but we're not going to say that, we're going to do all this stuff, but we just did an experiment and it looks cool, and it's probably something we're going to do. So again, German bank, Swiss bank, more investment funds. This is the sort of positive sentiment we need to see, moving forward. I hate that phrase, but it's moving on. Now, this is something that all of you who use a PC are going to want to know about. Monero Mining Trojans. Very interesting. Now, these have been around for a while. Why mentioning it now is Microsoft have just released a statement in relation to these mining techniques. And essentially what's being used is these mining software. Actually, you know what? I'll just backpedal for a sec. Imagine you're at your computer and your antivirus goes off and it says, there's a coin mining Trojan on your computer. And you go, okay. Someone's mining Monero, whatever, delete. Probably downloaded something, your antivirus gets it and it takes it away. Now, what Microsoft is saying is that was a distraction. The real nasty stuff is that your credentials, your user IDs and your passwords and your identity documents and all that sort of stuff are being pulled off your computer and sent to the evil people somewhere overseas. That's what they're seeing. That's what's going on right now. That's why they've issued this, saying, hey, this is a bit of a distraction. Yes, there's some cyber criminals doing, some stuff, and they don't think it's a kind of a sophisticated state actor thing. So it's not another nation doing stuff. It's just criminals doing what they do. The initial access is due to malicious emails. So if you've got a Gmail account and it reads something like this, yes, there's some Vietnamese in there. There's some other stuff. It could be in a draft contract. Could be in English as well. This is how it gets onto your computer. And when it does a whole heap of geeky things that I'm not even going to bother showing you because it's not necessary for this discussion. But beware of it. If you've got a crypto mining Trojan on your computer, time to change all your passwords. That's the reality. Probably time to get a new computer. So that's it for Friday. If you're watching this on the replay or live, feel free to ask a question. I'll answer it as best as I can in the comments below. Hit me up with a like, or better still, a subscribe, and you can get alerted when I do these videos in real time. I will get back to posting some pre-recorded stuff, not just bringing you this news, but some value-added things, addressing some questions and things that people ask. So with that, I want you guys to have a great weekend, and I'll see you next time. Take care.